Good evening.
The topic I've taken for today is 100% security system. Now, have you heard about a 100% security system? Oftentimes, it's always there for us to have a certain doubt in our mind. Whether whatever we do, would it be able to fulfill the provision that there can be 100% security in any aspect of our life? What to me I feel has always been is that we need to have a kind of inspiration, a kind of understanding that we need to know that there is a 100% security that we can actually rely upon in our lives, because every moment of our lives we are always exposed to elements of accidents, elements of danger, elements of robbery, burglary, whatever it is, it's always there. It's like a kind of a thing hanging over our head, always wondering whether we are safe at any point of time. Now, when I say there is such a thing as a 100% security system, then many of us will be wondering in our heart how great it is to know that I can be fully assured there is a 100% security system for me to keep my mind off any of doubts entering my mind that there is an element of danger, an element of insecurity, and so on and so forth. Therefore, from this point of view, I like to say, mention about a specific incident that happened regarding an accident to a person who was involved in a situation where there was an element of danger and risk involved. This happened in the United States of America. It's in a small town. And this one night, this particular lady was traveling after attending some prayer meetings, going back home. It was almost around 12 midnight, and she passed by. Then nothing happened to her. She went back home safe and sound. Now, subsequently, a friend who later, after completing whatever she's supposed to do at the praying place, traveled the same route, walking up back to a place where he was staying. Later, it was reported that this particular lady was involved in some kind of an accident. There was a mugging, a burglary. A guy had come and attacked her, and she was actually badly injured. Now, later they managed to catch hold of the person who was actually responsible for this attack on life, and in the course of talking to the person, they asked, how is it that there was another lady who was going in front, and how is it that you missed her? You could have actually mugged her and got whatever she had from her savings. And this particular guy said, what I saw was that this particular person had two stout men walking beside her. So I dare not attack the person. Now, what was it that she had? There's two persons walking beside her that prevented her from being mugged or attacked. Now later, when this particular lady was asked, what is it that you're so special that you had two escorts following you? And she said, no, I didn't have any escorts following me, but I believed in something that actually was a result of what the person perceived to see somebody walking beside me. And that, she said, is angels. Now, that's something supernatural. Is there such a thing as angels who can provide protection for us? Now, the issue is not so much a question of saying there are such a thing as supernatural beings who are able to provide security, but it's a belief. It's a question of belief. That there is such a thing as 100% security for a person who believes that there are supernatural beings who can provide divine protection in any moment of our life. Now that actually baffled my mind, because to me, I always believe there's no such thing as angels existing, or no such thing as any kind of supernatural being that could provide this kind of security. But this was an instant that actually proved there are supernatural beings. If you were to believe in a God and believe in angels, that they can actually provide you 100% security wherever you go, whether you're in the dark of the night, you're traveling to some place, or even in the moment where you're staying in your own homes. Because not too far off a few months back an incident that took place in my neighborhood. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. After I had gone back shopping and came back home, I suddenly heard a scream coming from our house, not 2 doors away from my house. And I felt very disturbed because the 2 doors away neighbor, I know the person. And then I parked my car and then I started walking towards the place. In a matter of time, I saw 2 guys rushing out with parans in their hands. Now I stopped because I'm no Superman or I'm not a Batman to confront them in that stage. So I know that I probably would, I really fear gripped my heart. So what I did, I stood there stunned, and when the few of the neighbors came, they also couldn't do much, they were standing there. And we saw these guys getting onto a motorbike and rushing off. And we know that there must have been some burglary or some robbery that was taken place in the house. And later we went and saw the person because we wanted to see what we can do to help. And in the moment, at that point of time, somebody had already informed the police. So we went and saw the lady when the house was very badly, not injured, but very badly stressed out. What I mean is so fearful, she just could not say anything. She was just in terrible shock. So not too far away. Now, I thought to myself, where is the security system? Because I know that lady had taken full precautions. She had put some security systems, and she had dogs, and she had also padlocked the house, and the front gate is also padlocked, and so on and so forth. Now, despite the fact that there's so much of security that she's placed and provided a kind of protection, but in spite of that, there was people who were able to go in and still burgle the person, because we also have deep around the area this security persons walking around there. You know, it's kind of in-house security within the tarmac. So, in spite of all these things, there's still an element of fear that still is possible for us to have. Then only I realized, one day when my pastor was preaching, he said, you can have 100% security in your life by just trusting fully in what the word of the Lord says. And now that is something, it's a question of belief. It's not that every person is able to understand, or appreciate, or take within themselves and appropriate what it means to believe that there's such thing as 100% security. Because very often I hear where I'm saying, this house being robbed, that house being robbed, this house being robbed, everywhere is being robbed. But I ask myself, because I had a belief in God, I had a belief in angels, I started to believe that there can be a supernatural security that we, any one of us, can make itself available to us. It's just a question of how much you have faith in God. Now if you look at this world, look at the earth, look at the moon, look at the sun, look at the stars, what happens? They're all in perfect movement, alignment. Whatever man made, the aeroplane, the car, it's okay, the purpose was good. But how many people have died in the use of these vehicles? The car, you hear of accidents. The lorry, you hear of accidents. Trains, you hear of accidents. What is man made that's given 100% security? It's a question that we need to ask ourselves. So why is it not possible for us to depend upon a God who can give 100% security? It's totally possible. So to me, I feel that we can be inspired, to motivated, to trust in a God who is the creator of this universe, who will give us 100% security if we have faith enough to believe on the word of what He says, on the word that God has promised to us in our life. And that's why it's very important that we just don't depend on ourselves in the natural aspect of our lives, but on a supernatural element up there, which supernaturally can provide us the protection and security. If you have the ability to believe and really understand that this is made available to us, affordable to us, at no cost at all. You put a security system to pay for it in millions. I know houses, bungalow houses in millions, they are putting fantastic security systems. But the guy comes and the man gets down from the car, he puts a knife to his neck and he walks in. What happened to all the 100% security system that man has made? Nothing works. But if you have two stout angels walking beside you, even though nobody can see, but the guy who wanted to do harm you can see, he did not come near you. Why? Because there are some powerful angels or powerful men walking beside you, giving the impression that you are fully protected. And God can blind the eyes of people from seeing your eyes of those intent to rob your house. God can blind the eyes. They might walk beside the house, they might not see a house. God can do that. Nothing is impossible with God who is a creator. We all believe in God because we all have faith in God. That's why we have a place of worship, we have a place where we go and we bow down to God, we do so many things because God has placed in us an element to worship Him. And we are doing it in so many ways. And what I'm saying tonight is a supernatural method that we can use in being able to understand that there is 100% security God can provide, and it's up to us to believe whether it's possible or not, and accept it and appropriate the promise and make it your own, and you can see the effect of that in our lives. Thank you very much.